Hey guys, it's Melanie. So I am just going to show you guys a eyeshadow tutorial today. It was requested a while ago that I do just an easy look with the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia. I do realize that this is not a new palette, but I do think a lot of us probably have this one in our collection, and if you do and you haven't reached for it in a while, I would definitely encourage you to get it out because it's a really beautiful eyeshadow palette. This is one that I think it's actually my favorite from all of the ones that Anastasia has put out. I also have the Soft Glam, which I also really enjoy, but I think out of the two, this one here is definitely my favorite, which is kind of surprising probably because there's a lot of warmer shades in here. I do use the warm shades from time to time, but for the most part, I tend to stick with the, like some of the cooler tones. So today for this two eyeshadow look here, I'm gonna be using the shade Warm Taupe and the shade Tempera. So it's gonna be really easy. I'm cheating just a little bit because I use a powder liner, so I'm actually gonna be using the Cypress Umber as my eyeliner, but since it's not part of the eyeshadow, we're just gonna go with it. But anyway, so this is gonna be super easy. That is what I have on this eye over here. Obviously the rest of my makeup is already done, so this morning when I did this, I did put on my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I need to use an eye primer every single day because my eyelids get really oily. If you don't need one, you're so lucky. And then I did set that with just a little bit of the Tempera to start with. So I already have that all over my entire eye area here, and that's just gonna help me blend everything. The two brushes that I am using today are actually Sigma brushes. So I'm testing these Sigma brushes, and I should have a review probably in another couple weeks. There's a few more brushes that I need to work with, but Sigma reached out and they offered to send me some of their newer brushes to be able to try and report back on for you guys. So that's what I'm testing out. And if you've been with me for a while, you know about my Sigma experience in the past. And I did tell them about that before they sent it out. I was like, just so you know. But anyway. All right, so I'm going to take the Sigma blending brush and I am just gonna tap into Warm Taupe, which by the way, for me has a huge dip in it. This is one of my like go-to looks for this particular palette because it's like super, super easy. And I'm just gonna place the shadow where I want it first, which is for me in the outer, like probably outer half of my eye. And I just, like I said, place it first. And then I go back in and I start blending. Now I go above my crease on the outer part here because I feel like it lifts my eye just a little bit. And then as I go towards the inner corner, I fall more in line with the actual crease that I naturally have. So that's just an eyeshadow trick that works for me. Your eye shape might be completely different, so do what works for you. So I'm just putting that out here. Up a little further here. And then I'm gonna take what's left into my inner corner. And again, do you see how I'm just like, this feels really weird to do on camera, just like sticking it in the actual crease and moving it back and forth. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing there. This is really quick and easy, and I feel like this is kind of a perfect everyday office type look because if you're getting ready in the morning to get to work on time, especially if you have kids on top of it, you need something that's super, super easy and laid back, and I feel like this is a great one for that. Okay, so once I have that, I am gonna take this is the brush that I use to apply the Tempera all over, and I'm just gonna go and blend out the very edge so that it looks really diffused. I don't want any like harsh lines or anything, so I'm just taking that around the outer part of where that warm taupe is up in this section here. Now I'm going to take a pencil brush. This is the E30, I believe. So, and then I'm just going to go in with tempera. I'm using this pencil brush because, one, I've been wanting to test it out, and then two, it's kind of easy to get into the inner corner with this in terms of just placing shadow. Sometimes it's easier even than using a brush like this, which you could totally use. And this one is this is actually their concealer brush, but I've been using this to place shadow because it's kind of nice and tapered. But let's just stick that. So it's mostly, I'm focusing it like on the inner corner towards like where the warm taupe is in the middle of my eye. So I'm just sort of patting it down. Once I have it placed, I'll go back with what is left of the warm taupe and just blend a little bit. I want it to be a really smooth transition. I'm going to dip into this just one more time. Okay, now I'm taking a small angled brush and I'm going to go into Cypress Umber, which is this nice dark brown at the end here, and this does cause fallout for me, but I can just kind of get away with brushing it away. If you use liquid foundation, I would maybe do your foundation after you're done with your eyes. I really like using powder as an eyeliner because I think it stays put a little bit better for me personally. Gel eyeliners do tend to melt a little bit with apparently my insane body heat throughout the day, and I get that pooling on the outer part of my eye here, and I hate that. So this works out perfectly because it doesn't melt, it just stays put. Okay, and I do have fallout there. I will brush it away, but I'm gonna take the blending brush one more time, and I'm actually gonna just very lightly blend the top of the liner into the shadow a little bit. It's gonna give you like a slight like smoky effect, and it diffuses that liner just a little bit more, which I personally like. And then I'm literally just gonna take a fluffy brush. This is a Milani powder bronzer brush, and I'm just gonna flick that away. And it's gone, and I don't have any streaks or anything like that, so I don't know. That doesn't work for everybody. I'm gonna take what is left on the angled liner brush, and I'm gonna put that on my lower lash line. I don't go all the way in. I just don't like the way that looks on me, so I kind of stop like just a little bit past the halfway point of my lower lash line. Then blend that out a little bit just with a Q-tip. And that's it for the eyeshadows. So I'm gonna do mascara off camera because I'll spare you guys, but the mascara combo that I'm using today is the Boxycharm just mascara, this one. And then the CoverGirl Professional Super Thick Lash. So I will put that on, and then I'm gonna be good to go for the rest of the day. So I will link everything that is on the rest of my face down below in the description box. So I will divide it up by face, eyes, lips, brows, all that stuff. So I'll put that information down below. So thanks a lot for taking the time to watch. I hope that this was helpful. If you don't have this palette, just, I mean, I'm sure you can find a taupe shade somewhere in your other eyeshadow palettes, and then just find a really nice kind of creamy cream shade and pair those two together, and you'll basically probably get the exact same effect. So anyway, that's it. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.